Firstly, I just want to say massive thank you for time. It's great to for your time. It's great to meet you. I know that you must be busy, and I know there's a lot going on just in the USA at the moment. So I'm sure that taking a little bit of this is like a welcome break for anybody in the USA at the moment, I would imagine. So I really do appreciate you coming on. I know that you're at sort of like an interesting point in your marketing career that a lot of people are going to be able to relate to. You told me over Messenger that you've recently started to see some traction after you've been working at it for quite a long time. So as I said, I think that's a place that a lot of people watching this are going to be able to relate to. So I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts. So I'll start with my first question. David, I noticed that you grew up in Las Vegas. Is that right?
No, actually, I'm from a military family, so I grew up everywhere.
Oh, okay. So you were traveling all over. Well, I believe that made this question even more interesting then. So would you mind telling me a bit more about your early years, your background, where you came from, where you lived, and the level of formal education that you got to? Because I always find that interesting, because people that tend to be sort of entrepreneurial for some reason don't tend to be the type of people that go very, very high academically. So I'm always interested to hear that.
Well, my father was in radar in the Air Force.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of time in a lot of small towns growing up, farm country, stuff like that. So pretty basic, down to earth type of, as opposed to the sophistication of the big cities and high urban. It's just, I was just taught basic values and got a high school diploma, and then I joined the military myself. So
well, that brings me to my next question. So, what about your early career? What kind of jobs did you do as a younger man? I noticed that you were in the military, as you just said, and I'm interested in how that shaped you as a man, and if you feel that it gave you any benefits in your career since leaving the military.
Actually, no, because I didn't even follow through after the military with the same job. I was a cop in the military.
Oh, I see, right.
And I didn't stick with that. I was doing a lot of different things. At the time that I got out of the military, there wasn't any work in the country.
Right.
And so I traveled a lot, just do whatever I could just to make some money, and ended up down in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay. Where
I got into the automotive industry, and then I spent 20 years as an automotive technician.
Right, interesting. So, wow, that's quite a sort of shift there from the sort of being in the. I'm guessing so. You were in the what here in the UK we'd call the military police. So yes. You sort of policing the army essentially.
Yeah, that's in right. The Air Force. I was in the
Air Force,
security specialist, and then I became an automotive mechanic. Was actually the
quite a switch, yeah. Okay, so well, how would you describe? Because I always find this question interesting, because I think when people work in online marketing and somebody outside of online marketing asks them what you do for a living. Everyone seems to describe it in different ways, because it can be quite hard to describe it. So how would you describe your job now? What is it that you would say you do for a living, and how did you make that transition from your past career, especially with it being so different, working in the automotive industry?
Well, I actually still am in the day job sector.
Okay, so you're at the position where you've not yet transitioned from your day job to doing marketing full time.
No,
okay,
no, not yet. I'm it's still a side thing for me right now.
Yeah,
I work for the electricians union, and right. Just waiting for another call to go back to work, and that's one of the reasons I've seen the traction is. When we finished building the last structure, I've found myself with a lot of time.
Right, I see. So because of Corona, because of the lockdowns and that kind of things, you've had more time to spend on your internet marketing career, and now you're seeing more traction, which is really really interesting, because it just goes to show that whatever it is that you've been doing over the years, really the only thing that's held you back, I guess, is time, having the time to actually do more of what you know works.
Yeah, well, time and money. I mean, when I first got it, the reason I started looking to make money online was at the age of 40, I had a daughter.
Right, I see.
And I wanted to be able to have freedom to give her what I didn't have growing up, the money and the time.
Yeah.
So I went to a seminar and bought into a program for e-commerce.
Right.
But they didn't have a lot of support as far as teaching me how to get traffic. All I knew was pay-per-click through Yahoo.
Okay. Oh, Yahoo, right. So yeah, you're going back a while there. It's not really a popular traffic platform anymore.
No, and it didn't really provide too many sales. Yeah, as a matter of fact, my first sales came like 3 years ago with my digital marketing.
Right. If only you had Google Shopping in those days, because I do. That's my thing is e-commerce. I'm building out a new e-com brand as we speak, actually. And Google Shopping is really the sort of go-to platform for e-commerce now. And funnily enough, because of Google's COVID rescue package, part of that is that Google shopping ads are actually free right now. So it's really unfortunate you didn't have that back then.
Yeah, well, mostly it's just I finally was able to start taking action.
Yeah.
Consistently taking action, paying attention, watching some training videos, unlearning everything that I taught myself, because I taught myself incorrectly.
Yeah.
And there's been some ups and some downs. Like I said, my first sales came I think 3 years ago.
Okay.
And that actually just helped convince me that I was on the right track and I could do this. And
those first, I mean, I remember, everybody remembers the first sale. Everybody remembers the first time.
And actually, the funny part is, you read all the emails, and the sales letters, make money while you sleep.
Yeah.
That's when my very first sale came in, was while I was sleeping.
Well, there you go. I mean, there is a lot of hype and a lot of crap in the some of the way that a lot of people word stuff in this industry, but that is one of the ones that is true, especially if like me, you're a few time zones ahead. It really is true.
Yeah. So,
so what is it that you're actually selling? I mean, are you making products yourself, or are you promoting affiliate products? Or
currently, I have affiliate links on my blog.
Okay.
I've made reviewed some things here and there. I've got some Facebook friends that will contact me when they're launching a product and ask if I'd take a look at their stuff or give them a testimony.
I see.
Right now, I'm testing a affiliate system. My target audience, because of my background and I've basically been blue collar my whole life.
Yeah.
So my target audience, I'm looking for the blue collar guy.
Yeah.
That just he needs to make some extra money so he can send his kids to school or to take a vacation, something like that.
Yeah.
And they're just, I want to get these people and steer them away from the instant riches, garbage that is so prevalent in the industry today.
And so distracting away from the strategies that genuinely do work. Which is a big unfortunate thing. I mean, if I could click my fingers and take those people out of the market, I would do it. Luckily, over the years, I have seen that it kind of goes in cycles, and these people do disappear because they get found out and people stop buying from them. But sadly, they get replaced with other idiots.
Yes,
and if you think about a lot of the people who are seen as being quote unquote very, very successful with product launches and stuff right now, they've actually only been around for a couple of years. The guys that are quite quiet, who have generally have a longer lifespan in the industry.
Yes, and so I'm looking at this one system. It's to get people started in affiliate marketing. It looks like it can provide some extra income.
All right.
There's two routes to go with it. I'm not going to say too much about it until I've actually tested it, because I think that's the important thing. Is if I'm going to go for somebody that I know doesn't have a lot of money to throw around,
Yeah.
to try to build a business, I want to make sure what I tell them to look at is going to work.
I think that's very admirable, and I think it's very ethical. And if only, without naming names, with the obvious candidates did the same thing. Because when you're launching products or systems month after month after month, there's no possible way that those systems could have been effectively tested before before releasing them. So buying products from the same vendors month after month is just such a bad place to be in, because there's no way they can be out there doing those strategies. It's literally impossible. There's not enough hours in the day.
Yeah, I agree. And so I'm looking at that right now. I did test another system about 2 years ago, and it took so long to set up. And halfway through getting it set up, the one funnel you would be promoting shifted gears on what was going to be promoted. Which, I mean, it's the guy's right. It's his funnel. He can promote whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But it required a pretty large outlay to buy a product just so you could promote it. And I said, you know what, this is no.
Yeah, I think I've got an idea of the one you're talking about, or something very similar anyway. And I've always found the idea of having to pay into a system to promote, to be an affiliate, essentially, it's a confusing idea. I don't really understand the idea of paying to be an affiliate. A product owner should be out there begging for affiliates, not requiring them to pay. But anyway, so what kind of things do you like to do to relax or for fun? So just you as a guy, away from your day job, away from, I'm assuming because you're doing both, you don't really get much time to sort of relax. He's probably either working on your cars or your internet. So, but just as David Shoup, what is it you like to do for fun?
To be honest, rock concerts.
Rock concerts. Another thing that sadly might be a little while until you're going to be able to go back to them.
Yes.
But
all the bands I listened to growing up, because of the fact that I was in them small farming communities, I didn't get a chance to see.
Right.
But I've seen quite a few of them here in Vegas.
Right. Oh, I'm sure. I bet you have in Vegas. Yeah. So go on. Who's the best gig you've been to in Vegas?
Oh yeah. The old bands are just amazing, and
which kind of bands are we talking? Which bands?
I listen mostly to classic rock.
Right. Okay.
I was raised with all kinds of music. I like country and classical, but you give me somebody that can take a guitar and make that thing talk, and it's just, I'm in heaven.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way. I've had a passionate love affair with music my whole life as well. So what about, I mean, I know this is more, I suppose, a bit of a difficult question for you, really, because a lot of the people that I've spoke to work exclusively from home, so routines are quite important. But obviously, with you up until recently having a day job, what kind of, do you have any sort of like daily routines, rituals, like going to what time you go to bed, what time you get up, what you do in the morning, what your day looks like, how you stay organized, that kind of thing?
I try to go to bed around 8 or 9 o'clock.
Right. Wow. Yeah.
I get up usually around 3 or 4.
Really? So
yeah.
So the early to bed, early to rise really applies here then.
Yeah. When I get up, then I fire up the computer. First thing I do is I go through some emails, get rid of the junk.
Yeah.
Because I still get so much that's one promotion after another.
Yeah.
And I try to find time to unsubscribe from some of those people.
Yeah. A good way to start the morning.
Then I go to Facebook, catch up on the business posts there.
Yeah.
throw a post into my group,
Yeah.
and then I run down to the union hall looking for see if I can get a call.
Yeah.
That is actually my wake up time, is when I'm driving, because if I sit at the computer from the time I get out of bed just drinking coffee,
Yeah.
my brain is not going to clear enough for me to think and focus.
Right. Yeah.
But when I leave the house and come back, that gives me a chance to wake up, get alert, and actually plan my day.
Right. Well, that brings me quite on to my next question as well. So, what about keeping your mind and body healthy? What's your view on that, or is it something that just comes naturally to you? Do you do anything like? Are you interested in that at all? Or
No, I don't. I never got into the being in the gym or anything like that. I've always had physical jobs.
Right. Yes.
So I guess that
stay fit
helps right
naturally
there.
from working hard. Yeah.
So I don't do anything special.
Yeah.
Since the heart attacks, I have cut down on my sodium and cholesterol, but other than that, I still kind of eat dangerously. But
well, if you can't,
if you can't enjoy your life, why extend it?
Exactly. Yeah. Now, if this is only something if you're comfortable to talk about, have you had any major struggles in your life that you're comfortable to talk publicly about? And if so, how you overcame them? I'm always interested in, because obviously I've been through quite a lot of difficult times in my life that have really affected my ability to work. And I've only got better at sort of getting over life tragedies as I've got older.
Well, everybody has struggles. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been divorced twice, so
Yeah.
I've lost everything.
Yeah.
Had to start from scratch.
Yeah.
But as far as for getting over the struggles, mostly it's just been my faith.
Right.
I believe in God, and He's always provided for me in some form or fashion.
Okay.
So
faith and your religion for you has been the thing that sort of stopped you slipping into mental sort of let's say like depression after tragedies in your life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's an extremely useful sort of thing that religion has for people, I guess. Yeah. I'm not particularly religious myself, but I have no issue with, I can completely understand why people how it can be useful to people. I suppose.
Yeah, well, I'm not one of those. I'm going to take my Bible and beat you upside the head.
Yeah, it's personal to you. Yeah, no, that's exactly how the way I prefer it, to be honest.
Yeah, I wish more people could be that way, because it gives everything a bad name.
It does. I mean, nobody should be restricted from believing in whatever they believe in. It's when people try to force their views on not just religion, but anything really. It's one of the reasons that I've really pulled myself away from Facebook, because what I realized was I was spending a lot of time trying to force my opinions on other people I'm never going to change other people's minds. And it took me a long time of making a lot of stupid posts and a lot of stupid comments to realize that you're wasting your time here. Focus on the things that you can control, like your business.
Yeah, I fell into that trap myself, and I'm just, Facebook right now is just so full of garbage, hate, and everything else.
It's just a horrible place. Yeah, I mean, luckily the place where this podcast will go will be basically almost like Facebook without the crap. It's going to be hopefully just a nice place where people can create groups and topics and talk about things that are actually going to benefit their lives. So what would you say is your number one achievement in your work life and your personal life?
Let's see. My number one achievement in my personal life, my 2 sons and my daughter.
You are the third person in a row to say that. So it seems to be the case that our children seem to be our biggest achievements. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because they're our future.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plain and simple. I didn't get to raise any of them because of the divorces.
Yeah.
But in both instances, my 2 sons from the first marriage, their mother did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
And I got to meet my son after he grew up and came out to Vegas to visit, meet, and he's got a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah, that's good. That's great. And it's very noble of you to say about your past partner as well. And so you have a relationship with your children now.
Yes. And my daughter, well, she's just, when a guy has a daughter, that's it. Princess, period.
Yeah. I have three, so it's they do tend to have that effect on a man. It's very strange. It sort of when I had my first daughter, the effect it had on me as a person was profound, to say the least. So what would be the number one advice that you would give to your younger self about being the best person that you could be to succeed in all aspects of your life, your personal life, your work life? If you could go back in time, I'm not talking necessarily regrets, just sort of like wisdom. Would there be something you would say to your younger self?
I think more than wisdom, it would be encouragement.
Right.
It would be to tell myself to listen to myself because I was right.
Right. Yeah. You're actually the second person to say that, to have sort of faith.
I've always been wanting, I've always known that you'll never make it in this world working for somebody else.
Yeah.
And I've tried my own business several times.
Yeah.
Different business models, MLM, and, I was Amway, and I was even an Avon lady once,
Really? Right, okay.
But and a lot of people will say that, MLM, and they'll badmouth it and everything, but it is actually a legitimate business. And I've known a lot of people and met a lot of people that have done really well with it.
Yeah.
You just have to be with a reputable company and not one of these pyramid schemes. And you got to be a certain type of person to make it work.
Yeah.
And I wasn't that kind of person.
Yeah. I don't think I particularly would be either, but I respect anybody that can make those kind of business models work, because I know how hard work they can be, even but you're absolutely right that there are business models out there that do work. They must work because you've got huge companies like, say, Herbalife or whatever that have become huge companies, so they must work. Yeah. They must work.
And it's amazing. I mean, I've known millionaires from Amway,
right?
But direct sales is a very tough business, it takes a certain personality to succeed at it.
It does. It really does. It's something that definitely hasn't come naturally to me. This is probably something I guess you'd be able to, because of the stage that you're in. What advice? And also, I know you've been around the industry for a number of years as well. So, what advice would you give to anybody starting out in online marketing today? If they were just starting out today, not going back to Warrior Forum days. If they found out about internet marketing today, what would you advise them to focus on?
I would tell them to take one product and download it and actually open it instead of let it sit on their computer. Like we all have done in the past, we buy product after product, and then whenever you look at it, actually take action on it. And don't look at anything else until what you've got in front of you is either working and making you money, or it proves itself to be not a viable option.
Yeah. So persistence basically, and definitely avoiding shiny object syndrome and jumping from system to system to system just because of shiny sales pages being promoted regularly.
Yeah. Exactly. Don't fall into the hype.
Yeah, it's the exact same advice that I would give myself, actually. So, finally, because obviously this podcast is going to be inside the members area. However, I will be taking some snippets for a YouTube video in the description there. If anybody wanted to find out more about you, what you do, is there a YouTube channel that I can put a link in? You can give me that link later, or a website, your blog, and we can hopefully send some people there to find out more about you.
Yeah, I could give you a link to my YouTube channel. I'm currently working on a series with Optimized Press videos.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Screen capture to how to do things.
Yeah.
And and I've, got my blog, which is where I've got my affiliate links at. And
Right. Okay, well, you give me the links to your Facebook groups and and whatever else it is, your websites where they can sign up and find out more about you. So anyway, I just wanted to say again, thanks a lot for joining me. Thanks for telling me your story. It's been really interesting, to get a different outlook from someone who's at a different level. That's probably, in fact, most of the people watching this will probably be at a very similar level. So it's really, it was really interesting. So just again, wanted to say thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
Great, no problem. Thanks a lot. Take care then.